Whew. Yeah. Good to have a happy locker room. Really proud of the guys. Played hard, just kept working at it, and I was like, "Where's this been?" But it's been there. It's just that we had to put it all together. And great win against a ranked team on the road. We're going to enjoy the heck out of it for 24 hours and then move on. But really proud of the guys.
So, Rich, a lot of conversation about the offensive line, mostly negative through the first three games, but this game, it seemed like they really imposed their will. Talk about them a little
Yeah, we talked all week about coming off the ball, and know they're capable of doing it, and they did it. And to end the game with getting a key first down when everybody knows you're going to run it, kind of embodies what we want up front, And we could have done some different stuff, but I wanted to kind of see if we can do it. See, can we make a first down when we have to make a first down, and everybody knows we're going to run it, and they did, and sealed the game. So it was, and then our freshman quarterback is growing up. He's really poised, seeing things out there. Proud of the way he played, and the running backs ran. Dior Hubbard ran his tail off. Man, I challenged him. I said, we gotta run hard. Make them tackle you, and he ran possessed today. So it's really good.
You could see it on your face after the first two series. Just relief, happiness, I guess, combination of several things.
Yeah.
Did you see that on your players too? That hey, we're getting this.
Yeah, it's been frustrating because we started off so slowly, and it was surprising because I thought, I've been doing this a long time. I thought our practices were better. I thought they would come out better, and I think sometimes it's just confidence or what have you. But they came out with confidence today, and there were a couple new things we did, but for the most part, they just executed better. And our defense made some big turnovers, created some points for us. It's just a good team win.
Go more into Scotty a little bit. He made a lot of big plays, but the best he did was maybe not make the bad one.
Took care of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't throw into harm's way. Was seeing the field. There's a couple things. Our quarterbacks make so many decisions in our offense, in the run game and the pass game, that you're not going to be 100%. But for a young guy, he was pretty solid, and he ran the ball well. But he's got next level arm talent. I think you see that, and there's not a throw that he can't make, and he made some phenomenal ones today.
Every time Houston started to come back, whether it be on the offense with the drives or the 80-yard pick six, just how was that to see your team react the way they did?
Yeah, that was part of it. This like when you're struggling at times, it's like you can look at the scoreboard and say, "Oh, woe is me," and I don't think there was any of that today. We got the lead and that helped, but even when they came back a little bit, there was no panic anywhere, and that kind of, I guess, lack of a better word, maturity with the game situation is what we've been wanting all year, and we got it today against a good team.
Not only did it click, but it clicked right away. That opening drive looked so different than the other opening drives in recent weeks. Was there anything specific that?
I think the biggest key, Jed, was getting the first downs and getting 5 or 6 yards on an inside run. That gives you a lot of confidence. And there were a couple new things we put in, but and we used those in the first drive. But I think we came off the ball better. We just came off the ball better, and we needed to.
Scotty's quarterback draw, was that a specific play you held back for a little bit?
No, we've got variations of it. That's one of our RPOs that we use, and we've called it a few times. He read it right. They really lightened the box up and went out and doubled our wideouts and gave him, and he made a great decision there.
Talk about the turnovers, 4 takeaways. How much of that was you just forced?
I think it was the
first
first
in a dirty pocket.
Yeah, the first. I think that was the first defense score we got, right?
Yeah.
And that was a huge pick. And we had some other opportunities. He got rid of the ball. There was so many times that we were close to sacking a quarterback, and we didn't get it. But we got some pressures, and I thought our without blitzing sometimes we got burned a little bit a couple times in blitzing, but without blitzing we still be able to get some pressure on them with our DNs, and that helped.
One of those guys got pressure was Jamori. He seemed to
Yeah,
have a big impact in this game.
Jamori he showed up today. He had a better week. I thought he was making an impact out there, And it was good, really good to see, because he's got a lot of talent, and he was into it for sure.
One of the things that maybe you found is a kickoff guy the last couple of
No
years.
kidding.
I
Yeah, I mean,
talk
90,
about Nate a little
all
bit.
but one or two were, you know,
Mhm.
so and that's a huge worry. It's been a worry for us, but he answered the bell. I think he, no question, that was a big deal, because they're good on the return game, and he negated some of that.
And you took the run game away, too. I mean, they weren't able to maul you. And they made him a little bit one-dimensional. You could get after him a little bit more with him.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when they got behind, I think they were going to throw it more, but and they split some. You know, our defense fought. I don't think, you know, wasn't our best defensive game overall, but from a intensity standpoint, and you know, staying in the game, creating some turnovers. I mean, they kept fighting all the way to the end. You know, the last turnover on the punt thing we were just lucky there, but the other ones we had, and then there were a couple that I thought we had them off the field, and I'll have to watch the film on the pass interference stuff, because it seemed like it was the same guy, but not our guy. But I watched it on film, because that was pretty frustrating, because we would have got off the field a couple times with that.
You were able to take their tight end out of the game for most of it. Do you feel like your group did a good job getting him on the
Well,
line?
I don't know. He made a lot of plays. I think what we tried to do is, you know, force him to throw it, and we can do some stuff. But you know, I think we were solid in that. But I wish we were close to getting a couple sacks, and we just got to finish that job. But they played hard. I mean, those guys played with a lot of passion, and that was the best thing I saw for our guys. I said, we got to play West Virginia football playing hard. It needs to be different than anybody else is playing hard. And that was kind of my challenge to our guys, that our standard of playing hard has to be shown today.
The turnovers, going a little bit more on that. They didn't turn the ball over this season hardly at all. Did you feel that you guys are ready to start getting some?
I don't know. The quarterback's got some experience. Anytime you play an experienced guy, it's hard to kind of get him. We had some different coverages, I think, and that might have held on the ball a little bit. Obviously, Scruggs' big play was we got a little pressure, and he just did a great break on the ball. So we needed that to win. You're not going to beat a ranked team on the road without some turnovers, probably. And that made a big difference.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much.